Hello, hello. The doors to the Slattery Sales Program are opening soon on March 3rd, and I want to make sure that you have everything you need to join us when the doors open. So I'm going to pull back the curtain and share pretty much everything you need to know about the program. This is pretty transparent. We're going to talk about who it's for, why we have it, what it includes, how much it costs, everything, so that you have a chance to take in this information if you want and make a decision about whether or not you want to join us when those doors open. We would absolutely love to work with you. So let's talk about the Slattery Sales Program and who it's for. Who is the Slattery Sales Program for? It is for elite revenue generators who are seeking a lift in performance and income and aren't completely satisfied with the options available in the marketplace to help get that next lift. That's who we built this program for. You might be a CEO, a founder, a sales leader, an individual contributor, any role where you run conversations that generate revenue and you're good at it, but you're ready for some fresh insights to get that lift to the next level. But the only problem is you've already been to every seminar. You have read all the books, you know all the systems, you know all the tips and tricks, you've paid the consultants, you've paid the coaches, and you have zero time to waste. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Jenica Dixon, and I am passionate about helping you win more. My parents actually started the Slattery Sales Group when I was 2 years old. The picture that I have on a screen is vintage, like 1986, I think. And when you're starting a business, how do you get a business off the ground? By selling, of course. And while my parents were selling and working and hustling to grow this business, guess what they did to make the house payments when there was a financial gap? They sold other stuff. I kid you not, they sold soap, vitamins, and skincare. Incidentally, we're actually still distributors in the Shackley Corporation. So if you need soap, vitamins, or skincare, hit me up. Here's the point. I had a childhood because two people who came from nothing were willing to do the hard work of selling and then selling more. There's a really common statistic that comes up a lot in sales training circles that only about 3% of the workforce is even willing to do sales. And I mean actual sales, not order taking. And half of them are in retail. To the other 1.5%, this is for you. You might be a CEO running conversations that generate revenue. You may find that your clients and prospects are increasingly comparing you to competitors who aren't as good. Maybe they're even demanding ridiculous concessions, and you need to get your value recognized faster to protect your margins. Maybe you've paid the consultants a lot of money to fix the problem, but aren't completely satisfied with the results you've gotten so far. Or you might be a founder and you've got your sights set on scaling and you want to protect not only your revenue, but also your margins and your multiple as you grow. But you might see competitors on your heels and they're shouting, "We do that too, only cheaper, better, or faster." And your prospects are having a little bit of trouble distinguishing the noise. And you are determined you are not going to let that slide down to commodity status happen on your watch. You might be a sales leader. This, I think, is one of the most difficult jobs in the marketplace today because you may be responsible not only for leading a team of salespeople who are notoriously difficult to lead, but also even for your own book of business. You have zero extra time. You may feel like you're herding cats and you need to pull the fiction out of the forecast so that you end up with fewer nasty surprises at quarter end. Maybe you've even implemented that fancy CRM, but are still awaiting the promised ROI on it. Or finally, you might be an individual contributor who's already achieved a level of success. You've been at the top of the leaderboard. You've made it to the President's Club. You've seen amazing results, but you know that even more lift is possible. You've got goals for growth. Maybe you want to travel the world more. Maybe you want to provide more for your family. Maybe you want to give even more to the great causes that you support, and you're ready for that growth. But you know it's not going to come from tips, tricks, or gimmicks. It's not going to come from another sales seminar, and it's really definitely not going to come from that one guy your company is bringing in to do some basic sales training for your team in how to sell. So, you may be a CEO, a founder, a sales leader, or an individual contributor, but you're definitely an elite revenue generator. You run conversations that generate revenue and you invest in your own success. You are ready to lift your performance to the next level. We may or may not be a fit for you. Here's what we do at Slattery. We empower our clients to win complex sales at high value. We've worked with 2,400 different companies over 170 different industries for about 4 decades now. And the one common thread that they all have in common is that they have something of value to bring to the marketplace, but they're facing commoditization pressures in various forms. And we help them win their complex sales at high value and usually faster as well, because time, of course, kills margins first and then deals. So we want to get them done faster and at high margins. So over the last 4 decades, we have helped thousands of clients reach the right targets at the right level of their prospect organization and stay there. We've helped them sort out the economically serious from the intellectually curious prospects even faster. We've helped clients win more opportunities at high value, no matter what their competitors are saying. We've helped clients lift closing rates to win 9 out of 10 offers they put on the table. We've also helped our clients mitigate late stage risks so that they end up with fewer surprises toward closing time. We've helped them accelerate the cadence of their opportunities and process, thus protecting their margins even further. And we've helped them influence the prospect's process in order to favor their unique differentiators over a competitor's lower price. 4 decades, 2,400 clients, and 170 different industries that we have packed into this program, and it has been so intentionally designed to help you win. If you run conversations that generate revenue in complex sales that face some challenging commoditization pressures in the marketplace, this may be for you. Let's talk about what we don't do, because there are some things at Slattery Sales Group that we definitely don't do. We don't do sales gimmicks. We don't do simple tips and tricks, because there are a lot of gimmicks and tips and tricks that came out of 20th century selling, which were a lot of them were rooted in transactional sales, simple sales. They don't work in complex sales. There's a lot of sales advice out in the marketplace today that actually was designed for a simple sale, one call close, transactional selling, and it doesn't translate to sales. So we don't do quick gimmicks. We don't do simple tips and tricks, and we definitely give no quarter to manipulation. Manipulation has no place here at Slattery Sales Group. And we also don't do overcomplication, because we know that there's a lot of, again, there's a lot of sales advice out in the marketplace today, and you can always tell when there was an engineer involved in the process of building the sales process or building the sales system, because it tends to be a little bit overly complicated. But at Slattery, we believe very strongly our clients are already running complex sales. They're already having multiple conversations with multiple players in the cast of characters at their prospect organization. The sales process should be simple. We are not here to complicate your life anymore. We simply empower our clients to win complex sales at high value, even when they're under intense commoditization pressure and without any extra complications. Now, let's talk about who isn't the Slattery Sales Program for. Who is this not a great fit for? Well, in a word, conscripts. At Slattery Sales Group, like I said, we've trained sales teams in like 2,400 different companies in 170 industries over the last 4 decades. And when we think about our sales training, we distinguish between the volunteers and the conscripts. And here's how it works. Volunteers invest in themselves. They typically pay their own way. They absorb new ideas fast, and they rise to incredible levels in their careers. Conscripts are usually sent to us by their employer for training. They mostly wonder when we're going to break for lunch. It's very common. Sales training for conscripts is very common, and we do that a lot. Volunteers are more of a rare type. This program is not for conscripts. It is for volunteers. We would welcome your conscripts, though. Please know that we would welcome your conscripts in a separate engagement. So if you want to send your team to us for training, we can do that, and we can do it really well. But this program is a space for volunteers to be around other elite revenue professionals. So now let's talk about high value. I want to talk about high value for a moment because I keep using the phrase winning complex sales at high value. And you may be asking, why is high value so important at Slattery? Well, there are a lot of ways to make sales, and not all of them are at high margins. And there's a lot of commoditization pressure in the marketplace, and that can make high value sales really challenging. And we've seen a lot over our decades in business, and we've known a number of executives who thought that they were a great closer, as if that's a thing. They parachute in at the end of a long sales cycle and effectively give away the business and, incidentally, the salesperson's commissions by discounting. That's not selling. Anyone can discount. Discounting doesn't take skills. Moreover, discounting hurts the business because it kills margins. Margins are the mother's milk of every enterprise. Margins are the proof that the business created more value than it consumed. I'm not talking about paper tricks with financial statements here. I mean, the fundamentals of the business prove that the business is creating more value for the marketplace than it is consuming. That is profit. That is margins. Margins are what fund growth. Margins are what fund the future hires, future expansion, future innovation, future investments. None of that can happen if we're consuming everything and have nothing left over. We want your business to have the margins it should have. We want to empower you to win at high value, no matter what the competitive landscape looks like. And beyond that, we actually want you to have margins in your own life too, because good things happen at the margins. Having a margin of time means that when something good spontaneously comes up, we have the space to enjoy it. Having a margin of money means that when we're moved to give, we have the cushion to give. We want you to live a life with margins. We don't think there's anything wrong with high margins. All of this goes together for us because the work that we do really impacts our clients' personal lives as well as their professional lives, and we take that very seriously. So we have spent the last 4 decades helping our clients win complex sales at high value, even in crazy challenging terrain, because we believe very strongly in the importance of margins and having adequate margins. And so this program is very carefully curated to bring the best of our insights to you so that you can also see a lift in your own results. And you will hear us talking a lot about high margins. All right, let's talk about what the Slattery Sales Program includes. I'm telling you, I have taken 4 years to basically dismantle everything that we've been doing, listen to our clients, and put everything back together in a way that serves them optimally. And I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, let's talk about what this includes. This program includes on-demand Slattery sales training. After 4 decades of doing this, we've gained some really unique perspectives on complex sales, about differentiating at high value, about navigating the cast of characters, etc. So when we have an engagement with clients, we always start with our training so that we have a common language that we can use when discussing opportunities, and we're all on the same page, so to speak. When we talk about how to accelerate your opportunities and process, we're going to be using the language that we introduce in our training. So we encourage all of our clients, start here. Our training is really easily digestible. It's very carefully curated, and it's basically a lot of short videos that total about 15 hours. We didn't hold anything back, but we did curate it to get you the maximum lift in a short amount of time. So next is the piece I'm really excited about, the clients only training podcast. For 4 decades, our clients have been telling us that they wanted to have Slattery in their ear. And it's taken us a while to get there. Thanks to technology, we can do this. We have put all of our training into a private podcast that only our program clients can access. But that way you can take this training with you on the go. Because one of the pieces of feedback we got from clients was they loved our training and they actually went through it multiple times. They would watch the videos again and again and again, but they were looking for a way to really take it with them easily. And we've got it in the browser, we've got it in our in the app. There's a learning management system app, so it's available on the go, but it was still videos. This audio format allows you to just have Slattery in your ear when you're going to client appointments, prospect conversations, anything. You can take it with you on the go in your earbuds and have Slattery in your ear. So we are super excited to introduce that. We also have our time-tested templates and scripts. You are brilliant and you already have sales assets, but maybe you want to refresh and you have like zero extra time to do it from scratch. So we took the time and effort into putting together templates and scripts that you can start with, and hopefully that can give you a boost to be able to enhance your sales assets in less time, because the marketplace is constantly changing. Everything we do needs a refresh. Competitors are catching up. Prospect needs are changing. And so we've got the templates and scripts so that you can enhance your sales assets without having to start from scratch. We also now offer custom maps for unique training paths, because revenue generators now find themselves in a lot of different roles: sales leadership, client success, account management, sales enablement, implementation, operations. They might even be subject matter experts who have to have tough conversations with prospects and clients. So we created custom maps so that anyone, no matter what their position is relative to the sale, can get the lift they seek in the shortest path possible, because time is money. So I know 15 hours isn't a lot for training, like we used to offer 2-day boot camps, but if you're in one of those kind of auxiliary positions, it can be even lighter than 15. So we have custom maps to get you the lift that you're seeking in the fastest possible route, because time is money. Asynchronous Q&A. This is also really exciting. Our clients are ridiculously busy people. And one of the pieces of feedback that we got from our clients as we've been doing these programs over the last few years is that they don't have time for another meeting on the calendar, but they still want our support. They still want our insights. So you may have questions that you want to ask us, or you may have ideas that you want to bounce off of us. You may want our coaching support, but you just don't have time on your calendar for yet another meeting. So we built an asynchronous way for you to ask your questions and get the fresh insights you need with this asynchronous Q&A. You send your questions to us, we collect them, we think about the answer because you deserve a well thought out answer, and then we answer them on another private podcast for program clients only. So once again, you can have our fresh insights in your ear on your time and at your own pace too, because you can always speed up a podcast. We still offer live monthly calls because our most successful clients network and collaborate with other elite revenue producers, but it can be really hard to find other volunteers who get it. So we put together a once a month strategy call. We put one meeting a month on the calendar. That's it. Any more than that is too many claims on your calendar, but we do keep one meeting a month on the calendar because that connection is worth it. We connect together on Zoom, we share wins, we collaborate, we come up with new strategies together. I do use that as an opportunity to collect questions as well. And of course, I'll provide answers asynchronously later. But this is really an opportunity for our clients to collaborate with each other live. We may also bring in outside experts as guests. I may also share what I'm seeing in the marketplace. All in all, it's a really high value 1 hour for our clients, and they love it. And it starts at an odd time typically in order to take up a few different windows of space on your calendar, so that if you have meetings, you still might actually have a chance of making part of it. And of course, we're going to record it anyway. So we're going to record it for you if you can't make it. And finally, we have a private clients only group. We're building an intentional space online where our clients can connect and network with each other in a private group, because a revenue generators network is the greatest asset they have. And we want to facilitate that growth for our clients. We want your network to be a robust set of connections with other elite revenue producers, because when you're looking for your next role, imagine not only being able to point out the fact that you've invested in your own skills lift, because who does that? I mean, that alone will be amazing, but also being able to tap into your network of other brilliant producers for the right connections. It's a very powerful thing. And of course, all of this has been packaged up into one all access pass that gets you all of this for 12 months. And right now, because we're launching, I'm also including 3 very special bonuses that I'm very excited about. I have video content of my dad, Terry Slattery, in a few different formats. I have him delivering his 10 no-fail selling rules. If you've read our book, Wimp Junction, you're familiar with those 10 rules. There's also bonus video content you'll get access to, which is Terry Slattery's What Would Terry Do course. Way back before the pandemic made online courses cool, Terry Slattery was at the forefront, and he had a little course called What Would Terry Do? And the other bonus video content is actually Terry Slattery's boot camp curriculum. It's the videos of him training, and there's magic in the way that he says things. There's magic in the nuance. There's magic in how he words things. So I'm very excited to make these bonuses available to you during our launch so that you can get access to these as well. All in all, this is 12 months of fresh insights for you, coaching support for you, and network collaboration for you to lift your skills to the next level so that you can close more opportunities in less time and at higher margins. That really is a passion of ours. We probably could build an empire by like piecemealing our knowledge into a ton of little courses and nickel and diming our clients into buying one after another, but that's not how we roll at Slattery. And so, like I said, we have taken the last 4 years to painstakingly package up our 4 decades of wisdom, of experience, of lessons, insights, and strategies that work. And then we curated it for you. We filmed it. We reworked it. We added to it. We published a book and then we filmed it all again. We took feedback from our top clients. We dismantled every program we've ever run and built them again from the ground up into one all access pass, completely focused on elite revenue producers to help you run conversations that generate revenue in less time and at higher margins. Let's talk about the investment. First, I want to talk about buy cycle because that's very closely tied with investment here. It's very relevant. If you run conversations that generate revenue, let's take a moment for a little tiny mini piece of coaching. We have data on over 2.5 million salespeople, and the data show us that 76% of them, that is 3/4 of them, have what's called a non-supportive buy cycle. Your buy cycle is simply the way that you go about buying whatever you would consider to be a significant purchase, whether it's a mattress or a private yacht. If you take a long time to decide, maybe set up a spreadsheet, compare your options, talk to friends, read consumer reports, sleep on it for a night or 2 or 12, then you probably have a long buy cycle. And there's nothing wrong with having a long buy cycle because everyone is unique and that's fine. But you need to be aware that having a long buy cycle is not supportive to your selling efforts because a long buy cycle makes you vulnerable to prospect put-offs. When a prospect tells you, boy, this has been super interesting, we're going to have to consider putting together a committee to start thinking about evaluating this further. If you have a long buy cycle, you might say something like, wow, that makes total sense. That's what I would do. And so having a long buy cycle can unnecessarily lengthen and sabotage your sales. Here's where I'm going with this. I don't want you to lose time in your opportunities because time kills margins first and then deals. So at Slattery, we are out to kill think it overs because a think it over, TIO for short, from your prospect means there's fiction in your forecast. So I am about to share with you the information about what the investment looks like to join our program and what to do next. Here's where I'm going. You will not hurt our feelings at all if you decide that this isn't the right fit for you. You're an intelligent business person. You have to make hard decisions around how to invest limited resources. And if we're not the right investment right now, that's fine. We wish you massive success. I'll take a no. And if, after I share all the juicy details of program investment with you, you decide that we are the right fit for getting you to the next level, awesome. We will be so excited to work with you because you're committed to your own success and we can work with that. But what I don't want for your sake is for you to think this over for the next 9 quarters. So I'm going to encourage you. If you think you might lean toward a longer buy cycle, one that makes you more vulnerable to prospect put-offs and pressures, then use this as practice for either coming to yes or no quickly. Flex those muscles. I'm not telling you to get reckless with your money. Please hear me on this. I have a background in banking and I cannot tell you to get reckless with your money, but I am telling you that I can handle a no and I can take a yes. But for your sake, I don't want you to be taking any think it overs, even from yourself. Okay. So let's talk about investment. So the investment that you're going to look at for 12 months of, and again, this includes on-demand Slattery sales training that you can access anytime, any place, a clients-only training podcast. So it's all the training in podcast form too, in case you prefer the audio or the video input. Our time-tested templates and scripts to get you a boost faster when you're refreshing your sales assets. Our custom maps for unique paths in case you have a shorter path to lift. Maybe you have a slightly different role and you don't necessarily need all the pieces that we have in the curriculum. No worries, we've got a path for you. We have asynchronous Q&A coaching support so that you can send us any questions. We will collect them and curate them and answer them, but you don't even have to be there when we do. You can take in our fresh insights on the go through our other clients-only private podcast. We still have live monthly calls where our awesome clients get together and collaborate with each other, and we share what we're seeing in the marketplace. We share our wins, we share strategies, and it's an awesome time. And of course, because a revenue generators network is their greatest asset, we do offer a private clients only group online so that you can really build your network and collaborate with each other that way as well. Pop a question into the group, see what the answer might be. And as a bonus right now, we also have bonus video content, Terry Slattery's 10 no-fail selling rules, another video course of Terry Slattery's What Would Terry Do, and another bonus video series of Terry Slattery's boot camp curriculum recording. So this is everything. Now, if you have worked with us in the past, you might be getting a little bit nervous because you know that our prices are, shall we say, boutique. Because when you've been in business with really good results for 4 decades, you don't have to be the lowest bidder. So you might be bracing yourself. Are you sitting down? Here's the price. Okay. All of this for 12 months is $2,100. Or you could do 12 payments of $199 a piece. If you decide to pay it in full upfront, awesome. You'll save $288, I guess, right now. And but the better thing is that if you join us here during our launch, we are open from March 3rd through March 10th. If you join us by March 10th, you will get this early bird pricing. After March 10th, it'll go up by about $600. You will also get all of that video content, but you can also join our live call because our monthly coaching call is actually happening on March 12th. So I'm so excited. All the early bird bonuses will shut down March 10th, and then that'll give you a couple of days to get into the training, get Slattery in your ear, maybe get some fresh ideas and insights, and then come ready to meet us on March 12th. We would absolutely love to have you there, and it would be a privilege to work with you. 12 months can kind of be a long time. So I want you to look at the calendar, whatever today's date is, 12 months from now is going to be what date? What date will that be? And I want you to imagine that you're on that date and you are looking back over the last 12 months and you are saying, that was amazing. I crushed it. I want you to think, what needles will have moved? What things would you, looking back 1 year from now, looking back on today, looking back on the progress that you've made over these 12 months in between, what will have moved that causes you to say, man, I knocked it out of the ballpark? Yes. What will do that for you? And if this might be a fit in getting you there, it would be an absolute privilege to work with you. If you run conversations that generate revenue for your business and you're looking for just that little bit of lift to enhance what you're doing, it's already working, you're already successful, but you're looking just for that next lift to get you to that next piece where 12 months from today, you can look back and say, yes, I knocked it out of the ballpark, then we might be a good fit for you. And if not, that's okay too. Again, you are an intelligent business person making decisions like how to invest limited resources. You're not going to hurt our feelings if it's a no. Just don't give me a think it over, right? And obviously, find us here at I've got the website here listed. It's slatterysales.com/program. Reach out anytime with any questions that you have. We are humans at Slattery Sales Group. We answer our own emails. We don't have robots doing that. And we would be honored to help you decide if this is or is not the right fit for you. But we do have those expiring bonuses and pricing because we do want to help those of you with longer buy cycles to start flexing those muscles of coming to a yes or no faster. It would be a privilege to work with you. And if you know of anybody else who runs conversations to generate revenue in the marketplace, by all means, please feel free to send this to them. We're looking for amazing, high-performing volunteers who can really just be a fabulous network of support and collaboration for each other and who get it about running complex sales. Thank you. You've made it to the end here. Your time is valuable, and I don't take that lightly. Thank you for spending some of your time with us here. Please feel free to email us anytime, info@slatterysales.com. We wish you massive success.